Hi, Mark Jabin, Medical Director for the Haywood County Health Department, and let's talk about this pandemic. Today, I want to share a couple of events to shed some more light on what you can do to reduce your risk of getting infected. So, I've spoken before about the choir in Washington State. There had been no positive cases in that county at the time this took place in early March. 60 members gathered inside to practice singing and stayed 6 feet apart. 45 of the 60 got infected, and 2 of them died. One of the infected subsequently went to Vancouver, British Columbia, and attended an outdoor funeral there. 27 of those in attendance went to a house afterwards, and 18 of those became infected. Crowded and confined spaces increase risk. But then there's this. Large Memorial Day weekend crowds in Missouri at Lake of the Ozarks, where throngs of people gathered in a pool without distancing or masks. To date, only 2 people have tested positive. Why not more? Possibly because they were all outside. So the message is clear. Crowds are risky, but put those in a confined space and the risk goes way up. These examples highlight the markedly increased risk when you are in a closed space, like a restaurant, a church, a gymnasium, an event center, an auditorium, a store. You're also probably aware or familiar with the hair salon in Missouri where 2 workers continued to work despite having symptoms and tested positive. 140 customers and 7 co-workers were exposed. 46 agreed to be tested and were negative, and the remaining folks stayed in quarantine for 14 days. None developed symptoms. Crowded, closed space? What gives there? Well, the salon was set up with appropriate distancing, and the workers and customers had all worn masks. The message for this is clear. Masks make a difference. They decrease your risk. And without getting political, it should not go unnoticed that the President's Re-election Committee is asking everyone who attends the President's rally in Oklahoma to sign a waiver promising not to sue them if they get infected there. A clear acknowledgement of the risk of crowds, close contact, long interactions, and confined spaces. So pause, if you will, and consider. We now know the riskiest situations. We now know the measures a person can take to lessen that risk. And we now know the measures that places you want to go to can take to lessen this risk. If the situation you are about to enter looks uncomfortable to you, don't go in. I wish it were true that everyone in every place took advantage of these measures. They're low cost and they're easy enough to do, and they work. We would all be safer. There are many places of business who are doing their part. There are so many of us being considerate of others in our choices. These efforts are so important to having a safe community. So follow the 3 W's. Show an IQ. Practice the golden rule of gathering. Be considerate. Reducing the risk to you also reduces the risk to others around you. So be well and be careful, especially right now.